Hello, everyone. My name is Danny. This review is for the movie called How to Train Your Dragon: The Hidden World. From DreamWorks Animation comes a surprising tale about growing up, finding the courage to face the unknown, and how nothing can ever train you to let go. What began as an unlikely friendship between an adolescent Viking and a fearsome night fury dragon has become an epic trilogy spanning their lives. When the sudden appearance of a female light fury coincides with the darkest threat their village has ever faced, Hiccup and Toothless must journey to a hidden world thought only to exist in myth. In this last chapter, Hiccup and Toothless will finally discover their true destinies, and Dragon and Ryder will fight together to protect everything they've grown to treasure. This is a 2019 film. It is rated PG. It runs a little under 2 hours, an hour and 45 minutes or so. And it stars a lot of different voice talents. It's a large cast. It always has been. They're big movies. All three of these have been. So, this is How to Train Your Dragon: The Hidden World. I'm not exactly sure, however, to talk about these movies. They've been enjoyable enough. They've never been my favorite to watch. I think the general feeling about them is that they have one focus of the dragons, and sometimes there is a little bit of an adventure in each film, but it's always a little slow. It's not hilarious, kind of funny. They really kind of focus on having great graphics and great ways of the dragons flying, and it kind of focuses on that, kind of like Transformers. Just wants to be really big, but it doesn't really focus on the viewer and think about subject material, interaction between characters. It never just has been. It's really big and impressive with everything that it does. The main character, I know him as a real human being, being an actor. I've never really cared for him. I've never really cared for his voice, so he's never been ultra interesting as Hiccup. Um, but the dragons are funny. The dragons have always been, kind of cute and, interesting, and everything that's happening with them. Whether it be them trying to be captured or them trying to, you know, have friends or go on an adventure. The dragons are always the most interesting part of How to Train Your Dragon. The human characters are just kind of like side little things that you almost don't care about and whatever's going on with them. So when it comes to this one, the Hidden World, uh, the adventure is interesting enough. They have this villain that doesn't seem all that dangerous. He doesn't do a lot himself. He has some goons and some other bad dragons on his side, and when it comes time to go head to head with stuff, yeah, he's kind of thinking ahead of everybody because he's really smart, but he just doesn't seem like that big of competition. And it gets said a couple times, that Hiccup is ready for anything or, whatever. There have been a couple obvious things to happen. It's a kids movie. I think it's, supposed to be for kids, being sort of animated. And so nothing that really happens is all that deep. Nothing that happens is all that funny. It's just kind of a beautiful film with everything that it has in it, and being the third one, being the final, is what they say. Is it's a little sad, and it gets to that point where it needs to start getting serious, and needs to start understanding, what it is, and that it's a finale, and it's tough to watch a movie like this for kids, I suppose, and for an adult that hasn't been very invested in these movies. I just kind of thought it was a little sad, and it was, and I like kind I liked how they handled the ending. I thought it was a little typical. You know, we've seen that in the Harry Potter movies. We've seen that with Logan and Planet of the Apes. You know, a couple movies have kind of come to an end lately, and the last couple years, and this is just one of them, and it kind of handles it pretty typically. So it's sad to see these movies go, but like I said, I've never been all that greatly invested in them. So as far as the How to Train Your Dragon: The Hidden World, I'll give it a B. It's very enjoyable. It's nice to watch. It's a light thing to put on and watch and not have to be that invested in it and just kind of enjoy yourself for an hour and 45 minutes to 2 hours. And just, say you've seen it. If you've seen the others, you really need to see this. If you've never seen the others or never heard of How to Train Your Dragon, then yeah, maybe you need to start at the beginning. Don't start with this one. Each one is their own adventure, but you need to kind of understand who these people are to understand this movie. It kind of gets to that point. So, other than that, I'm going to give a B to How to Train Your Dragon: The Hidden World and suggest watching it, and I did enjoy it. So, thanks a lot, guys. My name is Danny. If you like this or any of my other videos, try and give some of them a watch, like and subscribe to my channel, and enjoy your movies. Thanks.